Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Be Still and Know Book Club. Our reading for today comes from the book entitled Power Thoughts by Joyce Meyer. We are continuing with Chapter 2, Part 1. Enjoy, and don't forget to like and share this video. Chapter 2. Teach your mind to work for you. Do you know that your mind can either work for you or against you depending on how you train it? When it works for you, it helps you stay positive, reach your goals in life, and think the kinds of thoughts that enable you to enjoy each day. When it works against you, it can make you negative and discouraged, hold you back from accomplishing what you want or need to do, and cause you to think the kinds of thoughts that result in self-sabotage. As a physical structure and an organ of the human body, your brain engages in many functions that take place without your knowledge, without your help, and outside of your control. It has all sorts of jobs in your body: your heart rate, breathing, blood pressure, movement and coordination, balance, body temperature, hunger and thirst, sensory processing, sight and hearing, emotions, learning, and memory are all areas with which the brain is involved. But your brain is also the home of your thoughts, your mind. Dr. Caroline Leaf, a leading neurometacognitive learning specialist and committed Christian, notes in her teaching on the brain that the Word and science believe that the mind and the brain are one. The way you think is voluntary, and you can control your thoughts. I want you to give your brain a new job and begin to teach your mind to work for you instead of against you. One important way to do this is to make the intentional decision that you will begin to think positively. I realize your brain won't be able to fulfill the new role completely overnight. You may be asking it to undergo a radical transformation, and that will take time. So give it a little grace, but determine that with your diligence and God's help, your brain will go to work for you instead of against you and become a powerful, positive force in your life. I like what Dr. Leaf says, that the human brain takes 18 years to grow and a lifetime to mature. Don't miss this point. While every other organ in the body is fully formed when a person is born and simply gets bigger as the body gets bigger, the brain actually takes a full 18 years to grow. Once it's fully formed, it continues to mature until the day a person dies. This means no matter how old you are, your brain is still maturing. This is great news because it means you do not have to be stuck in any old or wrong thought patterns. Your brain is still maturing, so you can still mature in your thinking. Think about it. What comes to mind immediately when I ask, in what ways is your mind working against you? It'll help your health. Your thinking can have a positive effect on your physical health. People have suspected an interrelationship between the mind and the body for generations, but in recent years, a variety of scientists and researchers from all over the world have studied and proven it. In a 2004 article in USA Today, Cal Riff of the University of Wisconsin-Madison said, "There is a science that is emerging that says a positive attitude isn't just a state of mind. It also has linkages to what's going on in the brain and in the body." Riff's research has proven that people who have higher than normal levels of well-being show lower cardiovascular risk, lower levels of stress hormones, and lower levels of inflammation, which serves as a marker of the immune system. In addition, a study conducted in the Netherlands in 2004 found that people who are optimistic have healthier hearts than those considered grouchy. Fewer self-described optimists died of cardiovascular disease, and they had lower death rates overall than those of pessimists. Dr. Becca Levy of Yale University led a study that concluded that a positive attitude towards aging was greater than physiological measures such as low blood pressure and cholesterol, each of which is thought to add a maximum of 4 years to life. This study also found that optimistic people live longer than people who worry constantly, and that positive attitudes can add more years to a person's life than exercising or not smoking. In some ways, I find this research astounding, but in other ways, I have no trouble embracing these findings because I have learned that the mind is extremely powerful, and I am not surprised by the extent of its influence in our physical lives. According to the world-renowned Mayo Clinic, thinking positively may also result in the following health benefits: decreased negative stress, greater resistance to catching the common cold, a sense of well-being and improved health, reduced risk of coronary artery disease, easier breathing if you have certain lung diseases such as emphysema, improving coping ability for women with high-risk pregnancies, better coping skills during hardships. Further affirming the mind-body connection is in an interesting way, I was fascinated to see that in 2005, the Associated Press released an article that reported new research suggests that once Alzheimer's disease robs someone of the ability to expect that a proven painkiller will help them, it doesn't work nearly as well. Isn't that amazing? As long as people are able to think painkillers work, these medicines seem to help us. But when we stop thinking they are effective, they actually stop being effective. Our minds are incredible. We know positive thinking is good for our attitudes and emotions, but the research I have referenced in this section, plus an enormous amount of research available in various forms today, clearly indicates that positive thinking is also extremely beneficial to our physical well-being. If we want to live healthy lives, we have to have healthy minds, and that starts with thinking positively instead of negatively. The results of positive thinking. You have read about a number of studies and experiments that prove how our thinking influences us. One case I find especially interesting is an experiment conducted by an MIT professor named Dan Ariely and some of his colleagues. They established a bogus testing facility where they asked people to undergo a series of electric shocks before and after receiving a certain pain reliever. The participants first received shocks with no pain reliever and then took pills called Velladone RX before receiving the shocks again. The testers told some people the Velladone RX pills cost $2.50 each, while they told others the pills cost only 10 cents each. Almost all the people who thought the pills cost $2.50 each reported pain relief when they got the second series of shocks, but only half of those who thought the pills were 10 cents each reported any relief at all. The truth about Velladone RX? The pills were nothing more than vitamin C tablets. What was the key to Dr. Ariely's experiment? People think expensive products work better than inexpensive ones. The pills that supposedly cost $2.50 each didn't have any actual pain-relieving effect at all on those who took them, but the people expected the pills to be effective because they cost a lot. Their expectations set them up to think positively about the pills and report positive results, even when the pills provided nothing but a boost of vitamin C. Clearly, positive thinking often yields positive results. In the next section of this book, I want to share and elaborate on 4 specific things positive thinking does to facilitate positive results in our lives. Positive thinking releases the power of potential. Positive thinking encourages positive responses. Positive thinking keeps things in perspective. Positive thinking helps you enjoy life. Think about it. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not good at all and 10 being outstanding, how would you rate yourself as a positive thinker? I hope you enjoyed today's reading and identified some meaningful ways to make your mind work for you. Have a blessed day, and remember to treat others the way Christ treats you.